What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the TCG Empire YouTube channel. Today we are going over Meta Monday. If you're new here, you're not sure what it is. It's where we take a deck that has recently been doing well and we showcase it on the channel. Now this week we do have Russell Lapar's second place Monkey D. Luffy list. Russell is one of my good friends from the Pokemon community, so I've known him for a long time. He's really good at whatever card games that he really plays. But when it comes down to it, he placed second at the Gen Con regionals with this list, and then he also placed 15th at the Treasure Cup at Gen Con. So this list overall has done really well to him. I believe his overall record was 15-3. So we're going to take a look at it. So within this list there are two Otama. Let me just hide the webcam really quick. Oh, technical difficulties. Sorry about that. Within this list, there's two Otama just for the 2K counter. We have Sanji in here. You can play one Sanji, 2 Brook, or you can play 3 Brook. Sanji's just really in here just in case, you know, if you draw it and at the end of the game it's really there. It's something that is searchable off of Nami, but also it means that you can play it and kind of following turn maybe go for a big lethal game or big lethal swing, because it does become a 7k swing, so it might be potentially really solid. Then it also works well with Marco too, just because if you need to get yourself to life later on, you know, if your opponent's not swinging at you as much and you want to bring this Marco back, it means that you can kind of ping yourself and kind of build up momentum. Then we have 4 Nami. Most of the cards in here are Straw Hat Crew, so you're just going to be cycling through your deck, finding what you need. 3 Nico Robin for board disruption. 2 Rush Zoro. You only need 2 because you're so aggressive that you can really attack with any and everything. 1 Edward Newgate, just because even though it's at 1, it's still super solid. Then we have 3 Jozu. Jozu's in here at 3 because it is searchable off Izo, so you can search 2k counters. Then we have 4 Makino, so that way you can buff up your 1-drops. Again, you pretty much can attack with whatever in this deck, so it's solid. Then we have the 1 of Marco, because the blocking potential is still good, and being able to bring it back is fire. And then we do have 3 Izo, again, just to search the Whitebeard Pirate cards. 4 Marco, self-explanatory. It is a 6,000 power, you can play it. You do play heavy events, so you can bring it back. Just more disruption. Then there's 3 Gordon, just so that way you can, you know, potentially Gordon into Marco. And then if you're on the 7 curve, you can Gordon into Marco and leave 1 open, or spend that 1. So overall solid. 2 Tony Chopper just for block. 1 of Frankie, again, it's a 6,000 power that's searchable off of Nami, so it's a good ratio split. 2 Brook for the 2k counter. Then we have Monkey D. Luffy, the unblockable, super solid. 1 Red Hawk, again, it's just an event, but it's mainly in here for more board clearing potential, and it does serve the same counter or trigger effect as the Fiery Doll, but yeah, it's just good at board clearing. And then we have the 1 of Radical Beam, because Radical Beam is still really good. Fire Fist, again, more board clearing potential. Then you have Fiery Doll, so that way you can gain plus 4k in a lethal turn, super solid. 4 Guard Point, you max this out because Radical Beam isn't a thing anymore. And then you have Jet Pistol for the trigger rip, but also you're trying to play heavy events, so that way you can use things like Marco. And then you can also use Fire Fist to clear boards. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video. If you do enjoy it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's episode of Tech Tuesday. Alrighty guys, so we are playing against Rob Lucy. We're gonna go first, just so that way we can get some more searchers down. And looking at this start, that's actually pretty solid. I think what we're gonna do first is we're gonna Izo, and we'll grab our 1 of Edward Newgate, and then that means that on the later curves we're actually more set up for kind of going through the motions of trying to go for lethal. The only thing we have to be wary of is the fact that their leader can restand, but they do have to trash 2 cards, which does make it a bit easier for us. So they do play Spandom. Look at the top 3, reveal 1 CP, add it to your hand, trash the remaining. So they get rid of a Shockwave and an Isho. Not too bad. So we do get Nami, and these cards can't actually be KO'd. So we could grab Nico Robin. I'll grab Nico Robin just for the playability factor, and then we'll just do an 8k swing. Do they take? Do they get a trigger? They don't. They are at 4 Dawn now. And what did they get off of the Speedman? Okay. They got Bleno. They got rid of Isho. Alright. There's the Fukuro. Can't be KO'd by effects. There's a 6k swing. 6k swing I'll happily take. Let's see. So we could do a 5 and a 6 and just play as aggro as possible. Which doesn't sound, or sorry, 5 and a 7. Which doesn't sound too bad. They decided to block, interesting. So we'll play the Monkey D. Luffy, and then we'll just swing for 7. And then we have quite a bit of counter in our hand as well. So... And if they do end up KOing the Monkey D. Luffy, they can restand, but they have to trash 2. And right now they're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're at 9 cards in hand. Thankfully they can't play the Isho yet. So... Okay, so there's Kuzan. I'm not sure why they gave us the -2 and then decided to play Kuzan, but all is well. So they can do 6k. So 6k, we'll get rid of the Jozu. And then we did draw Makino as well. So we can either have a super aggressive turn or we can have a proactive turn. I think what we'll do is we'll try to be aggressive, but we'll leave some Dawn open. So we'll definitely play down the Robin because we do need it. I should have waited to play it down. That was my fault. We'll do a 5k swing first just to test the hand, see what he's willing to get rid of. And then we can do another 5. Okay, so they got rid of 1 card, which is fine. Then we'll do another 5k. They choose to take. And we'll do 7. As long as we can keep hammering in and being aggressive, we should be okay. And then considering next turn we'll be at 9, that means we can play Newgate. And we should be in an even better spot. The only issue is if he does play Isho right now, he taps himself out, but we do lose 2. So it's going to be very... It wouldn't be scary per se because we do actually have lethal presented on board, but it definitely would be something that I really don't want to deal with right now. So there's a Suru. So he's getting rid of his 2Ks. Not too sure why. Okay, so there's the Kaku. So we can KO the Luffy, which is a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too terrible. He should have swung first. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, he doesn't have... He only has 1 card with CP in its type. That's unfortunate. So I can do a 5k swing. This might go at life, and then he'll probably use Lucy, KO the Nami, and then trash 2 restand. But I don't think that that's the best way for him to go about it. I don't think next turn we're going to be playing the Newgate. It's nice to have, but it's not necessary right now. Let's see, that 5k, I'm fine with taking that. There's another 5k swing. This one I'm kind of fine with taking too, because we have a lot of board control that we can kind of go forward with next turn. Pays 2. What does he play? Could play a blocker. No, because the Fukuro is 3. Okay, so he plays a brand new. Probably trying to refill his hand. So he drew Sakazuki and he trashed it. Wow, he hit 3 Sakazuki off that. That's wild. So we can actually play a lot of board disruption right now and leave quite a bit of Dawn up as well. So the first thing we'll do is we'll just do 5k pop just to kind of deplete his hand a little bit. And then we do have access to quite a bit of counters for the next turn. And we can play Marco down as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll play the Zoro down and go from there. So we'll do a 5k swing. Just to kind of force some more cards out. And then we'll use Zoro. We'll go 7. Okay, lets it go. That's awesome. And then we can use Luffy's effect. We can go 7. And then this gives us access to Red Hawk as well as Radical Beam for next turn. And then we also have access to Fiery Doll. So we should be okay. Our board shouldn't be too disrupted. Red into black is just a super solid matchup. I mean, considering how many cards he's been through, it sucks a lot that he had to play Sakazuki. He played the brand new and hit Sakazuki and then had to get rid of the Sakazuki. So, plays down a blocker. He needs to try and go for the Luffy, but we know that we can out combo whatever he throws, but so there's a 6 and a 6. We'll just dump a Marco. There's a 5 and a 5. For that, we'll just dump the Marco as well. And then we do get Fire Fist too, which is good. Let's see. How do I want to go about this? I think what I'm going to do is force him to dump a lot of his cards first. So we'll do a 9k swing unblockable. Because I'm not going to lose next turn. And he's going to have to waste a lot to block this. He's going to have to pay at least 2 Dawn and then go from there. So there's a Shockwave. Shockwave is going to be able to kill the Zoro. I should have thought that through, but it's okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Wait, what did he... Okay, so he played the Shockwave. Huh. That is interesting. Huh. So let's do a 9k swing. So he blocks, as expected. Plays the Fukuro down. Honestly, we'll just go 4 into 3 here. Is it rested or is it active? I am genuinely curious as to why he did not KO the Zoro. I will never know. I could leave 3 open or I could leave 2 open. I think leaving 2 open is okay. Because I don't think there's a way for him to win next turn. And I still do have counters in my hand. So I think we'll just go 6k and force him to burn something. Okay, so our opponent concedes. So, I'm gonna guess that next turn there wasn't much that he could do. Because assuming he had no rush characters, he could go 9k at our leader. We just take it. And then he could go like 9k again at our leader, but then we just block it. And then, yeah, there was no way. And then next turn, next we just had super aggro. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in tomorrow's episode of Tech Tuesday.